Now, I've stayed up all night thinking about the story that my father told me of when he was a young teenager in Thomasville, Georgia. My father, Clifton Few, was the only black kid in the neighborhood at that time with a football. He told me when it came time to choose teams to play football, if they did not pick him up to play on one of the teams, he could just take his football and go home. I made an analogy of this mindset and adopted it to the political landscape of today with the Trump culture. Essentially, that football is a representation of the Republican base, which is under the control of Donald Trump. By him having control over the base of the Republican Party, he actually controls the GOP. Because of his narcissistic ways, he wants to make all of the rules, and if anyone does not play by his rules, he will take the support of the Republican Party away or simply have that individual banished. Many different factions of the Republican base are aligned under Trump culture. We have faith-based Christian nationalism, patriotic groups such as the Oath Keepers, and cultural militias such as the Proud Boys. Many of these groups are intermingled with alt-right or white supremacist ideology. Those who have been indoctrinated into this culture will see the January 6th insurrection as just a peaceful protest that got slightly out of hand. This has become the mental state of what we used to know as the Republican Party. So, in some of these political discussions with those individuals who consider themselves black conservatives, I'm confronted with several memes about Joe Biden and several charts and graphs showing Donald Trump's lead in the polls. My response is that nobody cares. I'm not for Joe Biden, but Trump is an asshole and a malignant narcissist. Answer this: which candidate has insulted the most people? Which candidate has been indicted more than any other in history? And you still want him as our president because you hate Joe Biden that much? The answer is yes. You have proven that nothing else matters but your intense hatred for Joe Biden. It's apparent, so all that propaganda bombarding the internet with social memes, charts, and graphs that boast about Trump's lead in recent polls is just further proof. Oath Keepers and Proud Boys, along with the alt-right, are all part of Trump's Republican base. And I'm sure that they are just tickled pink to think that they have blacks on their side who are pulling for Trump to become the president so they can do us in. Ha ha ha! This proves white supremacy because of our ignorance to vote for Trump against our own interests. I say this in disgust and anger for what I have seen amongst these so-called black conservatives for Trump, like a soul train line dancing right into the ocean. America supposedly is the home of the brave and the land of the free. These concepts are only true when handled with responsibility. Today, these freedoms and rights are exercised to extreme measures. All these political backseat drivers are trying to steer the black community when they can't see the traffic in front of them. Flipology and the gaslighting of dark psychology have constructed their view. Feeling disenfranchised by the Democratic Party, they've become influencing internet soldiers in the InfoWars. If you are not logically able to explain why you think or believe what you think or believe, then your mind has been programmed or psychologically conditioned to think or believe a certain way. Recognize the difference between a leader and a master of manipulation. A MAGA Republican pet looking for a treat, promises are made, and yet lies are on repeat. No one should create a fusion Bible for true faith search like a political revival, selling MAGA merch. Your politics are tribal. Combining church and state. For you to see this, what's it going to take? He's selling fascism like oil from a snake never surrenders. For these token mind benders, followers can't wait. Roe v. Wade thought he had it made, but may have sealed his fate. Drops a context misaligned on every position. He's undefined campaign funds paying court fines. Not his fault, it's the party lines. What a shame, psychological games. To go out like that? Once we believed, falsely conceived the world was flat. Do you see the rain falling? Climate change is calling. Denied since birth, for what it's worth I heard your name. Campaign finance. Today, let's dance, maybe there's a chance. Science is wrong. It won't mean a thing if all we sing is a different song. Like Charles Manson, Jim Jones, and David Koresh. Control your every thought and nothing less. Food Stamp Act. Check this fact: agonizing days and nights, facing our greatest fears so many years to get voters' rights. It all went down in 1964. Now, MAGA wants to go back to the times before. Lord, don't let us slip. We've got to get a better grip on reality. Please open our eyes, remove the shade from these lies, so we can see dog eats dog in a canine universe. We're living in a bucket of crabs. America can't afford these tabs. Which one is worse? Reps receive $274K. They will know we're alive come November 5 on Judgment Day. So tonight, let's ride. Despite our conservative brothers on the other side. Let's ride, let's ride. Despite our conservative sisters on the other side. So tonight, let's ride. Despite our conservative brothers on the other side. Let's ride, let's ride. Despite our conservative sisters on the other side. So tonight, let's ride. Despite our conservative brothers on the other side. Let's ride, let's ride. Despite our conservative sisters on the other side.